with shotguns. Again, a shotgun. What a surprise. Noobs with shotguns. Boing. Fucking shotgun that motherfucker. Noobs with shotguns. Boing. Boing. 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 Oh shit! Oh my god, that was amazing! God, it's loud. Holy shit, dude. That was loud as fucking... Oh. What was that? It's like a hurricane here in Darkburg. Don't you try to save your game. You'll lose your progress. A crippling game bug. What the fuck were we thinking? DuckTales. Woo! Replay entire portions of the game. Now DuckTales. Woo! Oops, we fucked up, didn't test it enough, DuckTales. It's frustrating, replaying stages. We never fixed it after ages. Our testers sat on their asses, DuckTales. Woohoo! Maybe next time we'll actually do our jobs, DuckTales. Woohoo! No, you faking, waste your time playing Transylvania. Woohoo! Oh, doo 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 doo. Fuck you, Phil. Just replay the stage now, DuckTales. Fuck you! Yes! That was good. That was good. And I didn't record it, but I could archive it if I wanted to because I'm streaming on Twitch. That was good. I'm a hipster in Seattle, and I dye my hair green. I got 14 earrings in my lip, and a giant spacer on my ear. I shave half of my head, and I comb over the rest of the hair over the bald side. Oh baby, yeah, get me my caramel double shot macchiato espresso, and my beard oils. Yeah, my beard oil, I need it for my giant Paul Bunyan beard. And also a pair of glasses that have absolutely no use because there's no lenses in them.
The best way to help me out right now, contribute, is by tipping me, because right now I'm really in a bad situation financially, so all your tips are going straight to bills.
Thank you, Stepan.
Why did you leave him, Ethan? Why?
Business related, I still have it.
Wasn't it enough losing Jason?
Bitch, Falcon punch, push, Falcon punch, push, bitch, Falcon punch, push, Falcon punch, bitch, Falcon punch, push, Falcon punch, push, bitch, Falcon punch, push, Falcon punch. Oh, quick time event. Down, circle. To the right, to the left. X, square. Oh, lamp attack. X, motherfucker, X. I like my X. I like to push that shit. Triangle. Oh yeah, circle. Oh yeah. To the right, to the left. To the right, to the left. To the right, to the left. Bitch. To the right, to the left. To the right, to the left. To the right, to the left. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I wiggled that shit. Fuck you. I did the wiggle. Bitch, Falcon punch. Push, Falcon punch. Push, bitch, Falcon punch. Push, Falcon punch. Bitch, Falcon punch. Push, Falcon punch. Push, bitch, Falcon punch. Push, Falcon punch. Go, bitch, go. Go, bitch, go. Go, bitch, go. Go, bitch, go. Go, bitch, go, bitch, go, bitch, go. Lock the door. Throw the TV on the floor. Holy shit. Lock the door. Throw the TV on the floor. How you like that shit? Lock the door. Throw the TV on the floor. Lock the door. Throw the TV on the floor. Bitch, Falcon punch. Push, Falcon punch. Push, bitch, Falcon punch. Push, Falcon punch. Bitch, Falcon punch. Push, Falcon punch. Push, bitch, Falcon punch. Push, Falcon punch. Ooh, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Ooh, bitch. bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Bitch, Falcon punch. Falcon punch. 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 Bitch. 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 Yeah, fuck you. Bitch. Bitch. Bitch.
My laugh sounds like ack, ack, ack. So when I laugh,
Alright, this is my very first match of the official release of Doom
Does that sound like ack, ack,
2016.
ack, ack, ack?
You know, have to make that clear.
Sounds nothing like that at all. Fuck you, Treyarch, dumb fucks. It's none of anyone's business.
I'm playing a woodwind instrument. I'm Japanese.
What is going on, everybody? Hello? Hello, everyone. Today's the big day. Are you guys ready?
What do I do?
I hope so. Today is Friday, the 17th of July, 2020. I am Darkside Phil, and I welcome you to a double new release day. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for today. Good stuff. After waiting quite a while for, you know, some new releases. Not to be honest, not that there weren't any new releases, but I think that there's been basically a kind of a feeling of disappointment this year. You know what I mean? Like this year, 2020, we all kind of have been feeling weird about the world of gaming in a lot of ways, at least me personally. Because earlier this year, we looked at the layout of releases and we said, man, it really looks like this year is going to be jam-packed. It looks like there's going to be a lot of new releases coming out in the first half to the first several months of this year, and this year is stacking up to be a great release year, right? And then as the year progressed, I don't know if it necessarily turned out that way, and a lot of the games that we were maybe really excited for ended up being kind of disappointing or didn't really live up to the expectations that I feel were set for them. And, you know, in that regard, with obviously the worldwide coronavirus outbreak affecting everything in such a negative way, so many games getting delayed, and, you know, really the games landscape this year has looked a lot different than I think that originally any of us had originally foreseen it, you know, being. And that sucks. In a lot of ways, that sucks. All right? You know, I was hoping for super hype releases of like Last of Us 2 and, you know, among other games, and it just didn't turn out that way, you know. So now here we are all the way in July, all right, and mid-July, and finally we got a double new release day, and I still don't have a game even in my head that this year I feel is like a game that feels like, wow, that could be game of the year. You know what I mean? And that's terrible that we're this far into the year, and I really don't even have like a single clear-cut example in my head of a game that should be considered game of the year. You know, what is going on? What is going on? So, today, we got 2 new releases. And hopefully these 2 new releases, out of them, we'll get some kind of gaming goodness. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll get some positivity. Maybe we'll get something that I feel is, you know, a great game. I feel like it's been a while since I played one. That's not a good feeling. So, what are we doing today? Let's talk. Let's talk about today. Today, it is the premiere Ghost of Tsushima right here on the stream, all right? Ghost of Tsushima, a game that is from Sucker Punch. This is the studio that brought us the Infamous series, okay? And, of course, other stuff in the past. You guys remember, wasn't it Sly Cooper? I believe originally they created way back when. I believe so. What's going on, 007 Blaine? Good to see you today. But yeah, Sucker Punch. And a lot of people are wondering, can they do a good job with a game in a genre like this that they've never really delved into? They've never really made this kind of a game. And it remains to be seen. You know, for me, I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical about a lot of stuff these days. I seriously am. Because when you get promised so much goodness, oh, this is gonna be so good, that's gonna be so good, and then it's just like disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. You get to the point where it's like, you know, not that I'm losing hope. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm defeated, and I think that every game this year is gonna suck. All right, but it's definitely disheartening when you're just waiting for something great, and you're waiting forever, and it's still not coming. Like, when the hell are we going to get our great games, right? So I hope Sucker Punch, a game studio that, let's be honest here, does not have as much notoriety as a ginormous AAA studio, like, you know, Naughty Dog. I'm hoping that Sucker Punch ended up, you know, doing a good job on this game, because I really am looking for something great. I am. Now, all the reviews, of course, early reviews, which, of course, are so trustworthy and always honest, yeah, right, have said that this game is very similar to Assassin's Creed of yesteryear. We're not talking the last two Assassin's Creed, Origins and Odyssey, which basically took the series in a new open-world direction with almost no stealth, but instead this kind of new combat system that they thought up. But that instead, this game is more like old-school Assassin's Creed, which I think a lot of people like or have been looking for. A lot of people have been so disappointed that Assassin's Creed has not played like Assassin's Creed in recent years. So apparently this game, Ghost of Tsushima, takes elements from the old-school Assassin's Creed games, combines them with elements from other open-world games. And I think one of the strongest criticisms I saw of the game in some of the reviews that came out earlier this week was that even though the game takes a lot of elements from other great games and combines them to be a fun and coherent package, it never really hits the highs of any of those games, okay? And you know what? That's maybe a really good criticism. Now, I don't know. I haven't played it yet. But what that draws me into and it reminds me of is Horizon Zero Dawn. All right? Horizon Zero Dawn was a game that most people in the gaming media praised highly, really kissed its butt. And when I played Horizon Zero Dawn, I felt that was a game that had outstanding graphics, a good story, but the gameplay elements really felt like they were taken from a bunch of other games that I had played. You know, notably, I had just been playing the Tomb Raider reboot games, and it had a lot of gameplay elements from those, I felt, with the bow and arrow combat and stuff, and a few others, too, that I had played. And I felt like it really did feel like just a combination of factors from other genres and taping that into its own story and saying, here's a game that's good, you know? So I honestly didn't like Horizon Zero Dawn as much as a lot of other people. I still liked it. And actually, I'm very excited for the sequel coming out next year. But I definitely was a little bit more, I feel I criticized it a lot more than other people. I didn't just give it like a pass like a lot of people did. So if that is the case with Ghost of Tsushima, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it. I don't know. I've never played a game that's meant to be a samurai simulator, you know? Like, I've played Nioh and I played Sekiro, but let's be honest here. I don't think those games are meant to be samurai simulators. Those games are meant to be Dark Souls-esque games, all right? You know, where it's fight a bunch of enemies, it's unfair, they all have crazy abilities, you have to utilize your combat skills to survive, and I don't think that's what this game's going to be. I seriously think this is going to be more stealthy, and just going through and trying to take out enemies in careful ways, right? And that's okay, if that's the case. I'm curious to see how it's implemented. You know, will there be head-up combat and duels, or will it more be based on you're always at a disadvantage and therefore you have to always be sneaky to take guys out. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. I don't know too much about the game engine, and that's a good thing. I want to be pleasantly surprised, hopefully, today. I've heard the game is long. I've heard that if you play it just for the story, you're going to play about 20 to 30 hours. That's a great length, in my opinion. I've heard that if you try to do the side content, which a lot of people are saying is very meaningful and interesting, it could be upwards of 50 hours. That's crazy, and that's awesome. If that's the case, we got a pretty awesome playthrough in store for us over the next few weeks, because there's no way I'll be beating this in 1 week. I mean, look at Last of Us 2, which was around 20 to 30 hours, and that took me about 2 weeks to beat. So I could foresee Ghost of Tsushima lasting, well into August, which I would be definitely okay with. So we'll see. We'll see if everything that they've reported is truthful or not. By the way, I should call this out. I want to show you guys something. Did you guys see the PlayStation 4 dashboard theme for this game? Here, I'm just going to show you. Take a look at this, man. That's a neat dashboard theme. I love the interactive dashboard themes that have the motion and everything to them. It kind of reminds me of the Sekiro dashboard theme, except a lot more artistic. The Sekiro theme was just the fucking thing on fire and there was like ashes and stuff. The leaves blowing and having a color contrast is really nice. I think this is one of the nicest themes I've had on a PS4 dashboard, quite frankly. It's pretty nice that when you pre-order the game, you got that. It's pretty nice. So, I'm excited for Ghost of Tsushima. I hope it's good. I hope that you guys enjoy the playthrough. Like I said, buckle up and get ready for a long ride. If the game is as long as everyone is saying it is, with as much combat and as much content as everyone's saying it has, this could be quite the lengthy playthrough. Now, many people say, well, I'm not going to watch Phil play the new release because I want to play it first. I don't want to spoil myself. Fair enough, but chances are, if you're playing this consistently, you'll probably be further in than I am within a couple days. Reason being, there's so much else going on right now in regards to games that I'm playing. And in particular, there's another new release later today we're going to be playing, I'll talk about in a moment, that I'm going to be balancing my time with. And then next week, I'm only going to be playing one major stream and then balancing that with kind of late night chill streams. So it's going to take me a long time to get through this game. All right, just to forewarn everybody, if it is as long as everyone's saying, this is not going to be a quick one. And you more than likely will be way ahead of me within a couple days. So, hey, if you're just here to hear the intro, you're like, I don't want to spoil, I'll be back. Yeah, come back, like, today's Friday. Come back on, like, Sunday. I guarantee you if you're playing this consistently, you're going to be way ahead of me because I'll only have played it twice by then. You know what I mean? So, let's talk now about the schedule. All right? So, Ghost of Tsushima premiering right now on stream. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Later tonight, we have a second new game release in Paper Mario and the Origami King on the Switch. Now, I don't know much about that franchise besides the fact that I played one a very long time ago. To give you guys some perspective, Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. I played this game when it was relatively new on the GameCube. This was before flat screen TVs were even prominent. All right, I remember playing it on an old tube TV at my parents' house in Connecticut in, like, I would say probably it was the first half of the 2000s, I think. That's the last time I played a Paper Mario game. Okay? So it's been a while, and I didn't beat the game either, so I don't even remember much about it. I remember liking it. I remember actually playing it and enjoying the game. But at that point in my life, I was so busy with work and Street Fighter, and I really mean that. Like, Street Fighter took up so much of my time. If I wasn't at an arcade on a weekend, I was probably planning on traveling to go to a Street Fighter tournament somewhere, and it was just my major focus, and I didn't really have much time to play other games. Every once in a while, I have my friends come over to my house and we'd play, like, 6-player Smackdown on PS2 with the multi-tap. Or I'd mess around with a game like this, like Paper Mario, but I never really got too far into it. So I don't have much of a background in it. Tonight, we'll be playing the newest iteration on the Switch and see how it is, okay? So that's the schedule for today. By the way, that's 6:45 p.m. Pacific time if you're interested in the late night stream of a Mario premiere. Tomorrow, more of the same. More Ghost of Tsushima on the main gameplay stream like today, and then more Paper Mario on the late stream, okay? On Sunday, I'm going to play it by ear, and I'm going to see how things are going. If I'm liking the schedule the way it is, and if you guys are liking the schedule the way it is, then chances are we'll keep it the same, and I'm just going to do Ghosts of Tsushima on first stream and more Paper Mario on the late stream. Same thing on Monday. All right, so for 4 straight days, it could potentially be Ghosts and then Mario. But if at any time I feel, man, I kind of want to mix it up because maybe I want to do a little bit more Mario than Ghost today and get a little bit further in that game, I have the ability to flip the streams, okay? So we'll see how things go, and depending directly on your feedback and things here, over the course of this weekend, we'll determine the actual schedule of the streams and everything. All right, but all new release content for the next 4 days. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for new stuff. All right. Now, Tuesday is my day off from streaming. All right, so Tuesday there will be no streams. There'll be a day to recuperate, and probably a day, honestly, for those of you who are playing these games to try to play catch up with me. Okay, I'll be back on Wednesday, and on Wednesday, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start to balance my streams. Instead of being double new release, it'll be a new release content on the early stream, and then continuing on either with another playthrough or a chill stream on a late stream. So, for example, this coming Wednesday, I'll likely do either Ghost of Tsushima or Mario, and then on the late stream, I'll probably continue on with either, say, Animal Crossing or Fire Emblem or something like that, okay? This coming Thursday, it is the big Microsoft press conference. All right, I don't know if you guys were aware of this or not. Microsoft is doing their press conference for the Xbox Series X at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Grown. Because it means I have to get up early that day, but it is what it is. It's my job. I guess I should probably get up early to cover it. I guess I should stop being a lazy old fart and actually roll out of bed for once and do some work, huh? So this Thursday, I'll get up early, and together here on the stream, I'll host it. I'll host the Microsoft press conference. We'll watch it together, okay? And then immediately following, after it ends, after me taking copious notes, I will do my recap and reaction stream, much like I did with the Sony press conference last month. All right? So that'll be the first streaming content I do that day on Thursday. Then I'll probably take a brief break after that, and then we're going to do a game stream. So if you figure, let's say it starts at 9 and it ends at like 10:30, and I take a few minutes break, probably around 11-ish, I'll do my recap reactions, all right? And that'll probably end around noon. Then I'll probably take like a 15-minute break, and then I'm going to do an actual regular gameplay stream. So potentially this Thursday there will be no pre-stream at all. All right? No pre-stream whatsoever. It's just going to be the coverage of the Xbox event and then a gameplay stream, okay? What will the gameplay stream be? Like I said, one of the main games, either Mario or Ghost of Tsushima. And then Thursday night, again, it'll be one of the late-night chill sessions, where it'll be Animal Crossing. Maybe it'll be more Deadly Premonition 2. Maybe we'll continue on with that playthrough that day. Okay? Then on Friday, if everything goes according to plan, and if every single stream between now and this coming Friday, that's a week from today, if we hit the tips goal every stream, well then, ladies and gentlemen, it will be the 200 vest streak celebration. And that's going to be special for multiple reasons. I have a few awesome things planned. I already have gotten something I ordered for this special event. I've already got it here, ready to go. All right. It's going to be a fun Q&A session. There's going to be a live DSP Tries It, and I'm not sure what the DSP Tries It's going to be yet. You guys are giving me a lot of good suggestions, including there's a new Sriracha Burger and Tiny Tacos at Jack in the Box. There's a Frosty Cheeto at Wendy's. There's a shack-sized pizza at Papa John's. I could maybe try the chicken sandwich from Popeyes that everyone wanted me to try last year when it was virally popular. Among other things. That's just a few of the suggestions you guys gave me. All right? So I'm going to think about it over this week. I'm going to look up this stuff, okay? And then that day will be the 200 Vest celebration where we'll do a live DSP Tries It. In addition, during that event, that celebration event, a big segment of it is going to be me going through the calendar for the rest of 2020. Going through all the game releases, picking out the ones that I feel are ones that I'm interested in playing, and putting the dates together so that we have kind of now a visual calendar of what's coming out for the rest of the year and what you can expect on my streams. Okay? So, good stuff. I'm excited for that 200 vest celebration. It usually is a great time. Of course, we'll have a segment where Jasper, my cat, will come in and we'll play around with him for a bit, have some fun with Jasper, and among other things. It's great. It's a great celebration. I love doing those celebrations. All right, so it's gonna be great. I hope you guys will join me for that. If we hit it, you know, that's contingent on us hitting the tips goal every stream between now and then. So we'll see what happens, I guess, over this weekend and heading in. I certainly hope we do it. Not only do I like doing those special celebration streams, but, you know, I already got stuff, or I already have stuff here for the event. I'm ready. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. So good stuff coming up, all right, in the next week. Now, for the end of the month, all right, that last week of July, there is a new release, if you can believe it. Destroy All Humans remake comes out the last week of July. And I am interested in it. But what I'm going to do is we're going to see how far we are in Ghost of Tsushima, how far I am in Mario. I'm going to see if maybe I've had a chance to get near the end and finish up Deadly Premonition 2. I certainly don't want to have like 4, 5, 6 playthroughs going at once. Okay? So we'll see what happens. My goal here maybe I can play Deadly Premonition 2 next week. 4 more hours into it and see if I'm near the end of it, which hopefully I will be by then. And then if I wrap that up, then maybe I'll pick up a new playthrough. But I don't want to jump into it right away. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just stay with the stuff I'm doing for now, and then play it by ear. The end of the month, see how we're doing, and if I need to not play Destroy All Humans right away, maybe I'll hold off on it. Let's face it, it's a remake. It's not a big new release anyway, so it's not like people will be absolutely dying. Oh my God, Phil didn't play it on release. Well, technically it's not even a new release. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. All right. So then you might say, okay, well, what about August? I honestly don't know. Some people have already started asking me about August and saying, what am I playing in August? I don't know yet. That's the purpose of next week's 200 Vest Celebration event, is that I'm going to be going through the game schedule to know exactly what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year. You see what I mean? Until I actually have a chance to do that, I'm not going to have a clue what I'm playing for the rest of the year. So asking me that is kind of fruitless at this point. Yeah, I won't know until I get a chance to look at it. All right? So that's the schedule. I hope that sounds good to everyone. You know, in particular this weekend, thanks in advance for those who are planning to join me all weekend long for all new release content for the next 4 days. I know it's an exciting feeling around here when we're jumping into a host of new releases for an extended period of time. And it's not just, oh, Phil's doing just filler content, or you know what I mean? Like, Phil's doing stuff that's older content. It's cool when we get to tackle the new releases. And I do have a good feeling about Ghost of Tsushima. I'm hoping that it's great. We're going to find out together. Okay? Alright, that being said, a lot of people have asked me about Ghost. What am I going to do? Am I going to play it in black and white? Am I going to play it what? I'm just going to do whatever the default is. That's what I'm playing. Because I feel that your first experience, and I've always said this, your first experience in a new release game should be the default experience that the game designer kind of set up for you to play. So if I'm not messing around with 100 settings outside of accessibility stuff like subtitles, right? Then I feel that that's what should be the original experience of the game. So whether or not that's color or black and white, whether or not that's English or Japanese dialogue, whether or not, you know what I mean? I have no idea. I'm just going to play the defaults, all right? And go
Couldn't do anything. See, I can't do anything on reaction. It's garbage.
Stuff? I hope so. All right. So, that's that. So what else is going on? Well, guys, it is your last chance to nominate games for the upcoming Viewer's Choice event. It's almost time to start voting, okay? I'm going to give you guys maybe another day or two over this weekend to nominate games for the upcoming Viewer's Choice event. If you didn't nominate anything yet, you are missing out on getting a chance to have your name very interesting play with your audition. You do not want to miss out on that opportunity. Please nominate if you have not. Just type exclamation point Viewer's Choice in the stream chat, or pop up like every 20 minutes. Alright, so please nominate. Alright, in about 2 days or so, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to take a look at all the nominations you guys have submitted. I'm going to take the ones that were most nominated and make a poll. And then you guys are going to have probably about 1 to 2 weeks to vote on said poll to determine the next Viewer's Choice playthrough here on the streams, okay? Now, I should bring this up. Take a look at the subs goal we have at the top of the screen right now. We're at 706 out of 765 subscribers. If we can get that up to 765 concurrent subscribers by the end of the month, there will be a Tier 2 Viewer's Choice event. What does that mean? It means that 2 games will be selected, not one.
Wow, what a moron.
That means 2 playthroughs coming up.
Paid attention, dumbass.
Not just one, are selected by you guys. The reason I instituted this practice is because I used to do Viewer's Choice with only one. And there were some people who would nominate and get other people to nominate a game they were very interested in seeing me play. Then they would campaign for people to vote.
My last
And
shot.
after a very contentious voting period, the game would come in second. And you gotta be kidding me. I put in all that work and effort. And now this game comes in second and it's not going to get played. It was very frustrating for people, admittedly, and I can understand why. Which is why I have this kind of second chance deal. If we hit the Tier 2 sub goal, I'll do 2 full playthroughs of the game that's one's voted first and one that's voted second, instead of just the game that's voted first. So to give you some perspective here, last time I did viewers following the game, following the Banjo-Tooie, chilling and relaxing with me, and the game that came in second place was Fire Emblem Three Houses. 2 completely different style of games. And I'll be very honest with you guys. I really like Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's definitely my kind of game when it comes to the combat and a very interesting story. I actually really am enjoying it, and I'm glad now that my eyes are open to what the Fire Emblem series actually is, because I feel that I was actually missing out in a lot of ways on this franchise. I'd never played it before, and now that I've played it, I actually am enjoying it. In fact, like I said, I've played Final Fantasy Tactics before and really enjoyed that franchise. This game feels to me like the actual evolution and progression of Final Fantasy Tactics, and that's awesome. That is really awesome. So I'm happy that last time around.
Oh, he was T-posing. He was T-posing. He was glitching T-posing.
And that 2 games were selected instead of 1, because I would have completely missed out on a game franchise and a game. You know what I mean? Like, totally would have 100% missed out on it and not had the ability to enjoy something like this. So thank you to those who gave me that opportunity, and I'm looking forward to see what you guys, are nominating and you're going to vote on for this next one. And again, if you want to do 2 instead of 1, please consider subscribing to the channel. All right, there's many benefits to subbing to the channel, including getting access to over 40 emotes, getting a cool chat crown badge. All right, that basically shows you're a cool, long-time subscriber. And you don't have to watch ads when I take an ad break. Not that taking an ad break is something often here, because quite frankly, it's not. I take fewer ad breaks than the vast majority of streamers here on Twitch. But yeah, please consider subbing. The truth of the matter is this happen. Or hey, going on in the world right now is not a joke. You can always about anywhere, and you shouldn't be joking about it. So friends stupid like that is warrants for getting the fuck out of my stream. Another viewer who you're friendly with, give them a nice surprise. Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
What do I do?
That I want to talk about before we move into shoutouts. I think there was one other thing, but man, I'm pretty sure there was one other thing, but now of course I'm having a brain fart. This always happens. This always happens. I have a brain fart and then I can't remember. Well, it's not prominently jumping into my head. Therefore, it's probably not too important, to be honest. Or I probably would remember what it was. So I think we've covered most of everything. So we're gonna do shout-outs in just a second. One thing I just want to mention, I have absolutely no idea if this will have any bearing on stuff today, but I have an issue. It's a rare issue when it happens, but I have an issue that sometimes if I'm like sleeping in a certain way, I somehow manage, don't ask me how, but I somehow manage to like pinch a nerve in my neck and it screws me all up. And that happened last night. The last time this happened to me was, I believe I want to say 2011 or 2012, and it was so bad of an issue that I pinched this nerve in my neck that I had shooting pain and numbness from my neck all the way through my shoulder, all the way through my arm, all the way up to my right thumb. and I completely lost feeling in my right thumb for about 2 months. I didn't really mention this much. I think maybe a couple times in a video here or there, I might have mentioned it. But I really didn't bring it up that much. You know, mostly because, number one, being a guy who plays video games all day, it wasn't exactly the biggest deal. You know what I mean? It wasn't a huge deal that this happened. I was able to still do my work. I was able to still, you know, do stuff. The only thing that it really negatively affected for me was I was not able to play competitive Street Fighter anymore. I had this tournament that was scheduled, and I had already bought tickets and everything. I flew out to this tournament. I tried to play. I couldn't because I couldn't feel my thumb, and the thumb was a critical button. A finger I would use to hit buttons and stuff, and it really screwed me over. I was like, damn, this was a waste of a tournament for me to attend. So I actually ended up going and just kind of staying in my hotel room and playing video games and recording them for YouTube. And people were like, why the hell did you go to a tournament to sit around your hotel room and play games and record them for YouTube? I was like, it wasn't my intention. It just kind of happened because, you know, I was all screwed up. Ooh, I got a burp stuck in me. There we go, excuse me. So it sucks, but it is what it is, right? It happens. There's nothing you can do about it. So I woke up this morning and I'm like, why does my whole right arm and shoulder hurt so bad? Like, what happened? And so I start to move it around and I realize it's the same kind of pain from when I pinched my nerve in my neck like a long time ago. And even if I just turn my head left or right a certain amount, I feel pain shooting down my right tricep. I'm like, it's the same shit. It's exactly the same as that time, you know, years ago, except it's not as bad. I can feel my thumb. I can actually feel my thumb. So it's not that bad. But still, it's very annoying. And what I'm hoping is it doesn't affect me playing the new releases today. What I'm going to have to do is just kind of relax here. I'm, you know, sit back, be more relaxed as I play. Try to keep my body at a neutral state. Not, you know, oh my God, lunging forward. You know what I mean? It's got to be a little less jumpy today. Okay? It's the best course of action. Instead of risking it, you know, oh my God, be on edge and jumping out of my seat, and now I can pull it even worse. If I pinch this worse, I could have excruciating pain, numbness, all kinds of pain. Yeah, I don't want that. So I got to be a little bit more relaxed today.
Are you a functional retard? I have to ask.
But it is what it is. You know, the good thing is, thank God this is what I do for a living. Can you imagine if I did like a physically demanding job and now I have to deal with this all day? That would not be pleasant. That would be pretty unfortunate and quite frankly pretty upsetting. So thank God I'm lucky enough to be able to do this for a living, right? I am. I'm super grateful. I love what I do. And thank you guys for allowing me to continue to do this. And, you know, let's be honest here. Not have to freak out too much about stuff like this. You know? I can still do my job. I can still put out entertaining content for you guys. And it's not the end of the world that I've got shooting pain down my tricep today. Right? Alright, so good stuff. Just wanted to throw that out there just in case it affects me today. You know, you guys have the heads up. Of course, guys, we want to try to keep the tips goal going today.
You suck ass.
I don't want that
we
to
were
be
winning, and now we're losing because you are a failure.
You know, this is new release stuff. We want to focus in on the games and see if they're any good. We don't want to be talking about the vest goal, the tips goal, the vest goal all day long. So let's try to keep that to a minimum. All right. Something else that I want to say. Actually, hold on because it looks like... Here we go. Jump to top. One thing that I want to say in advance. All right. Recently, there's been a lot of people in the stream chat who are bringing up stuff in the stream chat and constantly bombarding the stream chat and myself with questions about stuff. And I'm going to be honest, it's behind the scenes stuff that's nobody's business. For example, someone got moderated, all right? Whether they were timed out, whether they got banned, whatever
You're
happened.
not welcome on my
if
streams,
it's not
period.
you, I'm going to be honest, it's none of your business what happened, all right? If you want to talk to that person behind the scenes, by all means, go ahead. But sitting here and spamming the chat about moderator discussions and stuff like that is, you know, it's not allowed. First of all, you're derailing the stream. It's none of anyone's business, and I'm not going to sit here and have my stream derailed by people basically.
It's none of anyone's business.
Asking stuff constantly. Oh, I want to know what's going on. I want to know why. What does that have to do with what I'm doing on stream? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I understand maybe if it's someone who you're friendly with or whatever, and they got moderated for some reason. Talk to them. You're going to be banned. Talk to a mod directly. Do it that way. Don't bother me with it. This is not Phil's fucking moderation forum. This is a gameplay stream with interactivity with my viewers. And I'm not going to sit here and address every single person who gets timed out or banned because of something. All right? Now, you all know.
Do you want to play
you all
the
know
fucking
how to handle
game?
these situations because I've talked about it a million times. If you feel that something happens on stream, you know, and you want to have it appealed, you can email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com. Send me your situation. Let me know your name, obviously, on Twitch. Let me know what happened. I'll look into it. And a lot of the times, you know, people get unbanned, or I talk to a moderator about what happened. Okay, we have an understanding or whatever. Usually, it's not a big deal, all right? But I'm going to tell you right now, because yesterday this was happening, and it frustrated the shit out of me, okay? The more you nag me about something like that, the less I care. All right? Just being honest here. You already know there's avenues by which these things are supposed to be handled. We've talked about these avenues a million times, okay? So there's a proper way to do stuff behind the scenes that doesn't derail the stream and doesn't basically piss me off when I'm trying to play a video game, which is the purpose of my stream. All right? If you constantly prod me and prod me and prod me and prod me about it, I'm just not going to care anymore. Being honest, you know, okay, I know it exists. Have someone send me an email. I'll look into it. But Phil, if I get down on my hands and knees and say thank you and still be on camera, that's it. I don't care. I would do it. You know, that's the problem is people don't understand. It's like having a little kid standing next to you, pulling at your leg. Hey, man. Like, well, fuck. Shut up. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to have a fun, positive, interactive stream, and I got to have someone bother me every 2 seconds about something that has nothing to do with the stream. Grow up. So, you got to understand this. All right? You got to have some sense here. And sadly, some people just don't have common sense.
I want to take you for Phil.
They just want immediate gratification for whatever their question is. They don't even want to, a little bit to find out if there's any resolution or what's happening. They just say, I want to know. Well, that's not what the stream is.
Fun.
Okay, it's not. Especially today, we're doing new release content. I'm not going to sit here and have my streams derailed by nonsense. All right? And I'm going to be honest here.
And that's it.
It is not
just
anyone's...
waste our time again.
It is not anyone's...
You're supposed to be
following
the game,
following the fun gameplay, moderation actions on this channel. All right, it's my job. I'm the owner. So if you have a question or you're concerned, you can email me, and we'll. If you're going to be an asshole, it's exactly what happened.
Like an asshole. You're going to be shown
the
door.
Situation yesterday is, you know, there was an argument that happened, and basically someone got moderated behind the scenes, and a bunch of people decided to derail the stream instead of taking the proper method for it to be addressed. I was waiting to hear from the specific person who was moderated about what happened. I finally did. I made a judgment call, and it was resolved. There was literally not a single reason for anyone on the stream to ask about it publicly, and all it did was piss me off. And it didn't get anything solved any faster or whatever. All it did was derail shit. So, don't do that. It's not cool. It's annoying. It bothers everyone. It derails everything. Okay?
Stop this!
We already have proper channels by which things can be addressed. Those are the channels they should be addressed. Not publicly on stream. It's just as bad as when someone asks
you an
publicly
idiot if you
to
don't
ban
agree?
live on
Because
stream. You want me to,
when you have factual evidence of something
to
constantly
stop
thrown in front of your
playing
face and you ignore it and choose to believe something else,
put down the
you're an idiot.
controller, look up your account, and see why you were banned. That's more important than the purpose of the stream itself, apparently. To some people, they think they're so important to the world that I should just drop everything to figure out why they were banned. It's like, on what planet do you live? That you think you're more important than the purpose behind my stream to begin with, right?
Tiger, tiger,
All right. It's time for shout-outs now, guys. All right? So let's get started. Golden Colts did a few cheers overnight. Thank you, Golden Colts, for the 3 cheers overnight. That's much appreciated. Just as the stream was turning on this morning, Angelo Bestia tipped me $28 to get the tipping started today. Let's get him up on the leaderboard here, and then we'll read his message.
What?
Go. Okay, so Angelo Bestia, $28 tip. Thank you very much. He says, tomorrow will be my 28th birthday. Here's $28 for all the laughs you gave me during your Last of Us 2 playthrough on YouTube. You're a very funny guy, more so now than ever. Your comments catch me off guard sometimes, and your reactions are hilarious. Well, I can say this, at least now and today, my reactions are legitimate, and I don't have pressure to feel like I have to fill every waking moment with a line of commentary. Back in the day, there was so much dead air.
Are you a functional
in a
retard?
lot of
I have to
these games,
ask.
And I talked over cutscenes. It was just like me blabbing constantly, and a lot of people just got tired of that. And today I don't feel that pressure.
Special
anymore. I can
delivery.
sit back and relax and look at a game
Special
for what it
delivery.
is. Yes, I'm going to give honest commentary and reactions to what's going on in a game. But I don't have to fill the air constantly with stupid, inappropriate jokes and stuff. Instead, we could just have a more organic and fun and natural experience with a game. And I enjoy that today. All right. Way more. All right. Way more than I used to when I did stuff just for YouTube. Being honest. So The Last of Us 2 playthrough was a perfect example where I didn't know what was going to happen. There was so much controversy behind the game. And I just gave my absolute honest reactions to the things going on, and people found it absolutely hilarious. They loved that playthrough because, unlike a lot of other people who are like, oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god, this game. Oh, the plot. Oh, the feels. I was honest about stuff, like the writing and the cringe. And people liked that a lot better than me just kissing the game's butt to make a buck. Which, sadly, I hate to say it, a lot of content creators do these days. Every AAA game is the best game ever when they play it. All of a sudden, they have no criticisms at all to say because they're playing the game early, and they basically just kiss the butt and make tons of money. You know, it's kind of hard to criticize a game when you know you're making $5,000 or more on that playthrough. You know what I mean? Oh, look, I got a game for free, and I'm going to make like $5,000 on playing this game over the next 2 weeks. I really don't have much incentive to criticize the game. You see? Compare that with
nothing
me.
wrong. I did
Just
everything
like you
correct.
guys, I pay for the games, you know, I play them at face value. I have no affiliation with any of these companies behind the scenes, and I can say whatever the hell I want because I'm honest, right? So there you go. So anyway, Angelo Bestia, I'm very glad to hear you're enjoying The Last of Us 2 playthrough for what it is. Hopefully you feel it's an honest playthrough, and thank you for the support. I'll say early happy birthday to you. I hope that you have a good day tomorrow. I don't know if you'll be
Someone
around
please
for
shut
the
up this
streams or
dude
not.
who's being a
Hopefully
moron.
not. Hopefully you'll have a good birthday celebration and we'll be just sitting around watching my stuff all day. But I wish you the best and happy birthday. Thank you for the support. Push It In tipped me $1.30 and says, would you consider streaming World of Warcraft Shadowlands with Badass Games co-op penne action? No. And by the way, I don't know who the hell you're talking about, but for me, I can't even play World of Warcraft. The game is so troll-prone that the one time I actually attempted to play World of Warcraft, I couldn't even get out of the starter area because people were trolling so hard. They would find me on the server and basically just kill all the little enemies I needed to kill for the initial quests. So I couldn't even get out of the initial area. What I had to do, I had to completely turn off the stream and play the game offline on a new server so no one knew who I was or that I was playing. And then I was able to play the game. If I remember correctly, I did it during like a marathon, and it ended up being... Now, this, by the way, this was before I was an interactive streamer and a full-time streamer. So I think I played the game for like 5-6 hours that day, just playing it offline, and I really enjoyed it, but there was zero interactivity and zero social interactivity because of that. And people were like, well, we didn't like it like that. We wanted it as a live stream. I'm like, well, it's not possible. World of Warcraft is way too troll-prone, and there's no way to prevent it. So I basically can never play World of Warcraft. That Indie Glow resubscribed for 32 months in a row. He says, Phil, me and my girlfriend are planning to go to Seattle in September. Do you have any recommendations for what we should do first? Well, the first thing you should do is probably, like, buy a full-body suit of armor or a tank. And the reason I say that is because Seattle is so fucked up right now because of everything that's been happening with the protests and everything. The city council is so dumb they keep voting to defund the police. They actually want to like abolish the fucking police. So they think that a major city in the United States would be completely free from crime if they get rid of the police. Okay? Like, I was saying it to my wife, you know, she's like, you know, I'd like to maybe go back to Seattle someday to you know, and we can do a nice, you know, go down, because now that we played Last of Us 2 and everything, you see the waterfront, you're like, man, I have to go to the waterfront again, I want to go to the aquarium, I want to do this. I'm like, I don't know, man. I guarantee you what's going to happen now, with all this shit going on, Seattle's going to end up being like old school New York City. For those who don't know, old school New York City in the 80s and 90s was not as expensive. Crime was very rampant. You got people walking down the street distracting you. Hey, man, hey, I need your help with something. And then someone will walk up, zoop, take your wallet right out of your fucking pocket when you're not paying attention. It was bad back then. Like, muggings, prominent, okay? And at this point, I seriously feel like because of we are out here, people are very, 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 very leftist, all right? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with leftist thought. I'm saying that anything to an extreme is probably bad. Everything's good in moderation. And when your thought is, oh, abolish all rules, abolish all law, abolish all police, it's all bad, I think that's kind of some of the stupidest, most brain-dead thinking you can have. And by the way, I also don't feel the other way either. I don't think it should be, you know, the police get away with everything and everything. I think that we have to find a happy medium, like everything, right? But basically, Seattle was trashed during the Black Lives Matter protests, all right? They've been trying to, you know, rebuild these areas that were destroyed by the chop zone and all this stupid shit. And it's a mess right now. Like everyone says, if you go to Seattle, every day there's still protests. I know how crazy this sounds because most places you don't hear about the protests anymore. In Seattle, every day there's still people out there in the streets protesting. There's still problems going on with crime. And Seattle's the last place I would want to be right now. I'm not even lying. And I live 45 minutes away. I would not want to go there. I would want to wait a while to go to Seattle because I would be really afraid of crime and everything with the way that things have been handled here. You know, now, if you absolutely have to come here in September, I won't recommend it. But if you absolutely have to come here in September, you know, some things that I've enjoyed doing in Seattle, obviously there's the more touristy stuff, like the Space Needle, the Pacific Science Center, which is a science museum that has like a really cool like bug exhibit with a ton of bugs. They got a butterfly house. They've got all kinds of cool scientific exhibits. They got dinosaur skeletons. And they got an IMAX theater where you can see IMAX movies and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. There's a pop culture museum that covers all kinds of stuff. I've seen things there like the history of video games, Lego exhibit, Marvel Comics exhibit, Star Wars exhibit. They've had all kinds of cool stuff like that. Fantasy, sci-fi, horror exhibits. And they have all kinds of, you know, props from movies and stuff. It's really neat. It's a good place to go if you're going to be in the area. Okay?
Very hypocritical.
Now, if you're going to be in that area, there's a monorail that goes from that area down to downtown Seattle, which is really good for shopping, as well as there's some good malls there and some good food. So I would recommend that. Now, for something completely different, if you want to do things that are less like mainstream touristy but kind of interesting, go down to Pike Place Market. This is a stretch. First of all, there's a street that's along the upper edge of a cliffside. And this street has tons of dining as well as like independent bakeries, shops. They have really good seafood restaurants there. The original Starbucks location is located there. Okay? Then it leads into Pike Place Market, which is down the side of this cliff. There's all these built-in malls and shops that are all independently owned. And they do all this arts and crafts and stuff. I bought Kat a knit hat and a mittens set from someone who handmade stuff, right? When she first moved here, I got her that as like a set of stuff for when it gets colder, just from the Pike Place Market. And then if you walk down Pike Place Market down to the waterfront, on the waterfront you've got even more dining. You've got the aquarium, and you've got the big wheel that was seen. It's called the Great Wheel that was seen in The Last of Us 2. It's real. You can ride it. There's a motion ride you can go on there, much like the motion rides they have at like Universal Studios and stuff. They have one there. And then there's great dining there too. And then there's a ferry you can take through the lake there to see great views of the mountains. There's a lot to do in that area of Seattle. The other place that I've been to that I really like is the zoo. I think it's called Woodland Park Zoo. Now, that's not in the main city portion of Seattle. That's way far north. But it's fun. It's a really good zoo. Okay?
Stop this!
Excuse me. So that's what I would recommend if you're coming to the Seattle area. I'm sure there's tons of other stuff to do as well, but that's some of the things I've done and really had fun doing being in Seattle. But I forewarn you, expect problems. Expect protests, expect crime, expect nonsense. Because people right now are out of their fucking minds. All right, moving on. Kurosawa Kid did a 50-bit cheer and says, as a native speaker and history buff of Japan and Greater Asia, I'll be happy to assist in translation. I expect the game to be average, like 7.5 out of 10. Well, there you go. I hope not. I hope it's good. Nose Vacuum did a 100-bit cheer. So I've been playing the game this morning. It feels like a Samurai Fallen Order Star Wars game. Really immersive game. It's refreshing. Cool. If it plays like Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order from last year, hey, I got no complaints there. I really liked that game. So if that's the case, that sounds good to me. Okay? Alright, it's a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Nose Vacuum. Big Papa Sony took me $5. Said, Phil, you make me angry, Phil. Alright, well, I'm sorry that I make you angry. I'm very sorry about that. And thank you for the $5 tip. I appreciate that. Let's move the leaderboard here. There we go. Cool.
Are you a functional retard? I
Chris
have
I'll
to
get you
ask.
again. He said, you'll get the opportunity to experience a samurai life as well as the life of another famous group of Japanese people, and I won't spoil. Cool. Please don't. Please don't spoil. How in the hell do I say this name? Vuvubud. Vuvubud. Did a 100-bit share. Thank you, Vuvubud. I appreciate that. Murdoch. What's going on, Murdoch? Good to see you. Very long-time supporter. 29-month sub at Tier 3. For those who don't know, Tier 3 is the highest level of sub. It helps me more than the other levels. Thank you so much, Murdoch, for the ongoing support. And it's good to see you today. Welcome. Meow. Nose Vacuum cheered again. He says, can you nominate any games for viewers' choice? So we have limitations. It's all listed there on the forums. There you go. Okay. Lunaba has gifted a couple subscriptions to the channel. One to Rykova 2077 and one to Shellshock 67. So congratulations to those two people, and thank you, Lunaba, for supporting the channel. Awesomeness Kaboom did a series of cheers. So prepare yourselves, everybody. Okay. My eyes are burning. Hold on, let me rub my eyes here and try to get them to hydrate before I continue on here. Burning. By the way, you're definitely going to hear air conditioner pumping today. It's very humid here in Washington State today. Like, this morning, my wife and I were in the kitchen. We're like, man, it feels sticky. And we looked, it's about 78 degrees in the house, but it's like real humid. So we turned on the air conditioning already. You're going to hear mine pumping all day. Okay. Awesomeness Kaboom. First of all, cheers to some news. August 7th through 9th, PlayStation Advantage closed beta. I don't know what that is. Let's read here. The first weekend will be available for those who have pre-ordered Marvel's Avengers on PlayStation 4. Preload will be available on August 6th. So, apparently if you pre-order Avengers on PS4, you can play the beta on August 7th through 9th. He
Look
cheered
at
again.
them.
He said on August
Look
14th
at
through
them.
16th,
Come
the
on.
open beta
You gotta be
and then the
kidding.
Xbox and PC closed beta will happen. It's the second beta weekend. It's open to the entire PS4 community as part of our PlayStation Advantage partnership. Additionally, those of you who pre-order Marvel's Avengers on Xbox or PC will then be able to jump in and play the beta. Okay. Awesomeness Kaboom says August 21st, open beta for all. From the August 21st to the 23rd, all fans across all platforms can play Marvel's Avengers beta. And he cheered one more time, and he said, Mumbo Jumbo, love you, Phil, like I love Rocky Ruru. What the fuck does that mean? I have no effing clue what you just said, but I thank you very much for the info. I'm not sure what to do here. Will I be pre-ordering Marvel's Avengers super early, just to play the beta a week early? I don't know. I think I might wait. Plus, as you guys know, I'm going to be very busy with all these releases. I guarantee you it's going to take me a while to wrap up all these games. So maybe I'll just wait for the open beta on PlayStation 4 and play that. It's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now. So, Nose vacuum, cheers. I think people want to know why PWWs got banned as much as why Dr. Disrespect got banned. That's just stupid. So I'm not even going to address that. Eternal Napalm cheered 100 bits says, I've had problems with numbness in my arm and fingertips before that was prolonged. Believe it or not, it's likely tension in your neck and a nerve getting pinched. This is what it was for me. I got a chiropractic adjustment and it did wonders, fixed the problem and felt great. That's exactly what it is. I know it is. I either sleep wrong or I wrench my neck in a way, and it has to be nerves, because how can I turn my head and then all of a sudden now I feel it worse in my arm? It's because the nerves being compressed. So it's definitely what it is, and it is what it is. You know, I've been through this before. It's not as bad as then. So I don't have money to do it. 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 I don't have money to do it.
Keep streaming. Oh, he says, you are a good streamer. Keep streaming. Excuse me.
I butchered that. Thank you, Ashen G Forever, for a year of support. Much appreciated.